Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream. It's a big one. It's the Dynamite versus the Storm. I'm Al McNally, and I'm joined in the commentary box tonight by someone different for a change. He's back. It's Wolfie. How we doing, Wolfie?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sound. Someone different, but I was with you the other week.
Yeah, but I mean someone different from the usual Dan Winchester who stepped in the last twice. That's what I meant.
Yeah, Dan Winchester's a great guy to have around on the old mic doing commentary. But yeah, I've taken over from him tonight. Give him a bit of a break, and yeah, it should be a good meeting. This.
Yeah, we at the moment we don't have the teams. Hopefully, we'll have them with you in the next 5 minutes or so. But it'll be a very tasty match between Redcar and Hyde Storm. Redcar, I would say quite a decent track. I don't know what your thoughts on the track are.
I've never raced it in a meeting as far as I can remember. I didn't race it for the twice that Cowboys went there last season, so I can't really say a lot from racing experience. But from what I hear, it's a good track, so it should be a good meeting tonight.
Yeah, and so just before we jump into the main meeting chat, we're gonna. I do believe we have the podcast on Friday. You'll
Yeah, all four back this Friday, 8 o'clock. Scotty B is going to be on this week with Hads, Shads, and Winchester. Um, Brilliant episode last week. Good debut for the podcast, and a lot of interaction with everyone in the chat as well. So very successful first one. Everything was positive after. So yeah, I know they're really looking forward to this week's episode where they'll be previewing the Grand Prix and SCS series, which start on Sunday.
I believe that are they doing the draw? I believe I read somewhere that we're going to be doing the draw for the riders. I could be wrong on that.
I don't think they are for this one. I can't 100% say for sure, but it has been mentioned that the team do the draw for the on the podcast for the rest of the rounds. So yeah,
Yeah, well, what we'll do is we'll pop over to the main chat and we will be right back with you all in just a moment. And we're back. I'm hoping Wolfie's just. Yep, here he is. Good timing. Just what I was saying. I'm hoping Wolfie's back. So tonight's meeting should be a tasty little battle between Dynamite and Storm. And looking at the league table, I'm just going to see if I can find it. Unless you've got it to hand.
what are we talking about?
The league table. I'm just trying to see if I can find it to hand. On here somewhere. Somewhere. To see who's where on the.
I know Scorcher's a top, having raced a meeting more than everybody else apart from Norse.
Just bear with us till we find the table.
Got it.
You got it?
So Scorcher's a top on 4 points, with the Warriors in second, also on 4 points, and Piemen on 3 points in third. Storm are currently fourth with 3 points after that win last week over the Cowboys. Dynamite are fifth at the moment, having not raced a meeting, so they kind of lost a meeting, so they sit fifth. Cowboys, having lost the first week, are sixth, and Norse, with 2 defeats out of 2, are at the bottom of the table at the moment.
So Dynamite will be looking to get get a win on the board to get themselves up the table. Did you see Storm were near the top? Is that right?
Storm are fourth at the moment,
Fourth.
picking up 3 points from their meeting last week.
Oh, they'll be looking to get another win on the board, get themselves cemented to top of the table. As I do believe it is the Warriors week off this week. But I know we're back next week for I think it's knockout cup rounds next week. If I'm wrong.
Yep. You've got Scorchers at Birmingham on
Yep.
Tuesday.
So me v you. That's gonna be fun. I say me v you. It's gonna be an interesting battle between those two teams after the first round.
Yeah, obviously with you having a week off this week, it's given you a chance to practice the track and stuff. A few of us have got the GP and SCS on Sunday first, so yeah, trying to learn two fairly different tracks is going to be a challenge.
Well, I can tell you the teams are almost in. I'm just waiting on one rider, unless they're using rider replacement, which hasn't been identified yet. I'm just waiting on the last away rider, and then I can give you the team lineups. So they should be with us in the next couple of minutes once we find out what is happening with the remaining rider. Let me just refresh my screen in case it's been put in. It has, and we have the lineup. So starting with we'll start with the away team. Let's start with the away team for a bit of fun. So at number 6 we have Hutty 83. At number 5 we've got Powis 84. At number 4 it's Ads MFT. At number 3 is Skyrider. Number 2 is Shads. And at number 1, the legend that is Craig. And riding for Dynamite, at number 6 is Neil R94. Sorry. At number 5 is Stephen 101. At number 4 is David No Fear. At 3 is DL Shaw. Hadlington 83 lines up at number 2. And Lofty at number 1. I would say that's kind of two reasonably even lineups. What's your thoughts, Wolfie?
That's two really good teams. The Storm team, just the one change with Hutty coming in for Lango for this week. They're going to look to carry on the form from last week. Craig looked impeccable last week, as well as Ads and Pew as well. That's a very strong top 3. And then obviously me and you both raced with Lofty at Cowboys last season, and we saw his progression. He added about 2 points to his average by the end of the season. David No Fear returns to league racing after taking last season off, I think. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on. And DL Shaw really made Redcar his fourth, his ground last season. So it'd be interesting to see if he can carry that on this year.
Yeah, as you say, yeah, riding with Lofty last year, it'll be interesting to see how his dynamic will change from being in the Cowboys team to the Redcar team. But yeah, it'll certainly be an interesting match, and it'll be interesting to see how Craig gets on. Will he keep his impeccable record going, or will he?
Last season, so it'll be interesting to see if he can carry that on this year.
Oh, Mr. Dan Chester, could you mute your mic, please?
We've just been told by Ads that the title of the YouTube stream is wrong.
Oh.
It's still called Dynamite versus. Well, it's called Dynamite versus Scorchers as opposed to Dynamite versus Storm.
Bear with me. Let me just double check that because that shouldn't be right. Dan, can you mute your mic?
Dan Chester, could you mute your mic, please?
We've just been told
Apologies for the setup. Give me a second.
It's still.
There we go. I've muted him. Muted him at my end anyway. Honestly, he has one night off and he has to come in and do what somebody did in the other stream. Let me just double check this because I thought I had changed it. Let me have a look.
No, it is wrong. Looking at the link that I shared in the chat, you had one job, Alan. One job.
Bear with me a second. I'm just going to see if I can fix it while we're in the stream. Let me think how to fix this now, because I had one job and I'm trying to think how to fix this.
I think crucially as well for Redcar, for the Dynamite, Lofty moves to number 1, and that moves Stephen 101 to number 5. That's a very good rider to have riding at second heat leader for tonight.
Right, I have just updated it, so hopefully, with a bit of luck, that should be updated. I'm just going to close it and reopen it and see. Apologies for that, folks. That is my bad. I honestly thought I had sorted that.
One job, Alan. One job.
I know. It still says Scott. Why is it still saying Scotchers?
Nah, it's right on mine now.
Is it? That's good. That's good to know. I did change it. Yep, it's changed. There we go.
So who do you think the riders to watch are for tonight then, looking at those two teams?
My riders to watch for the Away team, I'm going to go with Craig, because after his impeccable ride last week, I'm wondering if anyone can stop him. And I think for the home side, I'm going to go with David Nofi. I don't know much about him, but as you said, if he's had a season out, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on in his return to STS riding. How about yourself?
He's a very good rider, David. I remember riding with him back in season 13, I think it was, at Sharks. And me and David actually won the reserve pairs together that season, and he's a very safe pair of hands. I'm gonna say Lofty for Dynamite. Having raced with him last season, we know how good he can be. So I think he'll be the one to watch tonight. And I'm going to go for a bit of an unknown for the Storm team. I'm going to go for Shads.
Interesting choice. Any particular reason, or just something?
He's experienced. He's a very experienced rider now. He's been around for a while, and he's a Grand Prix rider as well, which he understates quite a bit. But he's a Grand Prix rider too. So we've got I just think he's somebody not to be sort of overlooked.
I'm just popping the wee screen on for us. So we're ready to go. We just 4 minutes till action is underway with heat number 1. And just in case you've just joined, I'll remind you of tonight's 2 lineups. Although that's the wrong. Helps if I have the right race card open. Although it's right in front of me. But anywho,
does help if you have the right race card open now.
Yep, I was about to read out the one from the night before. So for Hyde Storm, it's Hutty 83 at 6. Powis 84 at 5, Ads MFT at 4, Skyrider at 3, Shads at 2, and Craig at 1. And for the Redcar Dynamite, it's Neil R 94 at 6, Stephen 101 at 5, David No Fear at 4, DL Shaw at number 3, Hadlington 83 at 2, and Lofty at number 1. And a big shout out to our referee tonight, Tank, for sharing his screen. Many thanks to you, sir. Oh, I think it's going to be a
Skyrider throwing a little bit of shade at Shads might be the only time Shads has ever been picked as a rider to watch.
Yep.
But sometimes, riders like Shads and Baz have got a hell of a lot of experience now, so you can't sleep on them.
No, you cannot. And just looking at the track record, I believe you got the right track record.
Yeah, track record's right as per the spreadsheet of 35.232 set by me last season whilst racing for the Brewers.
So I wonder if anyone will manage to match it or break it tonight is going to be the question. I thought at one point the track record on Monday night was going to get broken, but they were just a little bit unlucky with the timings. The first heat went well, and after that they just couldn't match the track record.
Sunday night.
Monday? It was Monday night, was it?
Sunday. No, it was Sunday night. I should know, I raced in it.
Oh yeah, it was Sunday night. Sorry, my apologies. I've managed to show. Oh dear.
Oh god.
Sunday night, you're right, it was Sunday night.
Oh god, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Dan Winchester to commentary box. Dan Winchester to commentary box.
Yeah, go home, Alan. You're drunk.
Well, we have 2 minutes until the match is underway.
Also, if we could just get a little bit of feedback from people about the streaming. Is there too many? Is there, not enough? The plan at the moment is that we're just going to be doing, whenever there's a commentary team available, if people want to do it, we're going to stream as many as we can just to get the product out there. So what do people think in the chat? Is there too many meetings being streamed? I do know that this Sunday's Grand Prix is being streamed again on YouTube with yourself and Skyrider on commentary for that one.
Yes, another new commentary man in the box. Skyrider, I'm knocking them in and out one night per week. First it was Dan, now it's Wolfie, now I'm getting Skyrider. I'm getting a wide variety, but you're getting stuck with a Scotsman for a third stream in a row. Fourth, I don't know, one of the two.
It is Winchester. I'd say it's more the better stream-wise, and that is the thinking, because they go straight to YouTube and they can be watched after the meeting for riders in the meeting to kind of look back on. Because I know the YouTube channel was quite quiet for the past couple of seasons, so we've kind of thrown everything at stuff like the stream things for this season, and it seems to be working well so far.
Yeah, hopefully we can try and get the. I'm hoping we'll be able to try and even get the podcasts uploaded to the YouTube as well, but that might need some looking into.
And the 2 minutes are now on for Heat 1, Alan, so take it away.
Yep, so heat number 1 so in blue off gate 1 we've got Hadlington 83, in yellow off gate 2 we've got Shads, red off gate 3 is Lofty, and off the outside off gate number 4 is Craig. There's going to be a big battle in heat number 1 between, I reckon it'll be a battle up front between Craig and Lofty, and a second race at the back between Hadlington and Shads. It'll be 2 races in 1. That's my thinking.
Yeah, this will be a really good race. Craig, obviously, fantastic form last up. Tank's having a couple of server issues. We went in as himself rather than as the observer. See, even the most experienced can make the mistake.
Yep. What's your predictions for the score?
I don't know. This is really tough to pick because we haven't saw Dynamite race yet. Storm looked very impressive last week, but Dynamite are a bit of unknown. Ask me after about 4 heats, and I'll tell you then.
Okay, well I'm gonna go 50-40. I'm gonna just go with a nice 10-point margin. I don't think there'll be much in it. I'm gonna go 50-40 to. I'm gonna give it to Storm. 50-40 to Storm.
I think probably on paper they are the strongest team in the league, so that's not a bad prediction.
Yeah. Just a reminder of the lineup for Heat 1, Hadlington Blue Gate 1, Shads Yellow Gate 2, Lofty Red Gate 3, and Craig Green Gate 4. My God, we're so far out. And it's a
very even break, actually, that.
Yeah, the red and red. Look at this. And round the outside from Lofty.
Right round the outside goes Lofty. And Hadlington's there in blue as well.
It's a 5-1 as it stands at the moment to the home side.
Shads is in the
Redcar
fence.
Dynamite, and we've lost, the red and yellow lost a little bit of ground. Lofty needs to be careful because he could chuck it away in one of these corners going so wide. Into turns 3 and 4.
Coming up the outside.
Craig! Oh, Craig's pushed his way through. Can he get the better of the red and blue Hadlington with into turns 3 and 4? Here
and
comes Craig! He's done it!
What a ride by Craig.
Absolutely sensational ride from Craig in a time of 35.789, I think that is. So win for Craig in green. Second was the rider in blue. Third the rider in red. I think I've got that wrong. I think it's red in second and blue third. And the rider in yellow at the back.
Maybe I did Shads.
It's a 3-3 after heat number 1. And I can't even read what that says.
Shads has just told me to go and watch someone else. Craig says you can't see the racing on the YouTube channel.
You can't see it?
Have you changed it? You can't see it. Have you changed it off the graphic?
One moment, please. Should be. My apologies. Oh, I haven't. Oh, dear. My apologies. Heat 1 has been missed. Whoopsies. It will now be...
Alan. Alan.
It's all sorted. Apologies for that.
Oh, my God.
Heat number 2, in blue, off gate 1 is David No Fear. In yellow off gate 2 is Ads MFT. Red off gate 3 is DL Shaw. And it's Skyrider off green. In green off gate number 4. So
Skyrider thought he'd tuned into some ASMR.
After heat number 1. A stunning ride by Craig, just out of nowhere into turns 3 and 4, just picking off the
Which
riders.
Only you and I saw.
Yeah, true.
Oh, Alan.
And anyone in the Discord that probably watched the screen.
But yeah, very good ride from Craig there. Unlucky for Hads, he tried to cover the inside. Craig just went that little bit tighter. It was an all or nothing kind of move. It was either going to come through or it was going to end up in the grass, but it paid off for him this time.
It did indeed. If someone in YouTube can let me know if it's the screen's been changed now, because it should have been, he says. Should now be changed. Yep, we're now changed. I've just checked it. Apologies for that. I thought I'd changed it. Obviously not.
Gonna be a long night.
That should be the last hiccup. So hopefully the 2 minutes are now on for heat number 2. I believe the 2 minutes are on, but I'm waiting on Tank giving us a thumbs up. Sorry?
Yeah, riders all coming into the server now for heat number 2. Should
Yep.
be a good race, this.
Yeah, it should be.
And
On you go.
as we saw on Sunday night as well, middle orders can really do damage in meetings. You had the middle order for Scorchers of JC and Cam with 3-5-1s in the meeting. These 3 and 4 positions can really do the damage.
Yep, they can indeed. So David No Fear off gate 1, Ads MFT off gate 2, DL Shaw off gate 3, and Skyrider off the outside in gate 4. And as riders are coming to the tapes any second now. And the lights go green.
Interesting to see the away riders both on different bikes to the home riders here.
Yep, and it's a fabulous start from the rider in yellow. But watch out for the riders in green and red. They're going to be. It's an away 5. Oh dear! Rider in yellow.
Sky Rider not doing Ads any favours there.
No, the rider in blue. That's David No Fear in the lead. Second place at the moment. We have got Sky Rider, and in third at the moment is Ads MFT. DL Shaw at the back. What can he do to pick off the riders in green and yellow? Look at him go up the inside. Can he make it stick? As they go into turns 3 and 4, it is still David No Fear in the lead.
What a fantastic race that was.
Fantastic ride there from the rider in red, DL Shaw. David No Fear the winner, DL Shaw second, Ads MFT in third, and Sky Rider at the back in a time of 35.578. And with that 5-1 to the home side, it's now 8 to the Redcar Dynamite, 4 to Hyde Storm after 2 rides.
And it shows that the Dynamite riders have really been putting in the work on this track with their week off last week.
They have indeed. 2 very good races for the first 2 heats. I think it's going to be a very close match. As we move on to heat number 3, and in the blue helmet of gate number 1 is Neil R94. In gate 2 in yellow is Hutty83. In red off gate 3 is Stephen 101. And Powis 84 off gate number 4 in the green helmet.
Fakey said, you had 2 jobs, Alan.
I know. 2 jobs. To be fair, the first 2 heats have been only 0.3 higher than the track record, so they are getting close. Closer as the races go.
It's been a really good start to this meeting as well. Plenty of passing. The inside line seems to be the one at the moment. Outside allows you to build your speed, but the inside seems to be where all the action going forwards and backwards is happening.
To be fair, Craig made gate 4 the kind of outside work for him in heat number 1, to be fair. Right up towards the end.
I think Ads sort of settled into team riding phase in that last one as well, and DL probably caught him a little bit by surprise.
Yeah, to be fair. So we're just awaiting the arrival, I believe, of somebody. Stephen 101. Oh, just to say his name, he just appears. As if by magic. And the riders are in the server just picking the bikes. Will the away side pick 2 different bikes again? Or will everyone pick the same bike? Because we also noticed that on Monday some of the riders in the heats were picking different bikes. Do you think Sunday, I said Monday again, didn't I? Sunday, we noticed that some of the riders were picking different bikes. Do you think that makes a difference?
It's just the handling. The purple bike probably turns a little bit easier than the blue one, but the cyan one's probably got a little bit more speed in it.
They're up to tape, so the green lights are on. And they're away. What a
brilliant gate from Pow in green.
Yeah, great gate from Powis in green. He's off round that outside. Second at the moment, the rider in red being Stephen 101 and Neil R94 in third, and Hutty at the back. It's currently a 3-0, but look at Hutty go up the inside. What a ride! He's stuck to him. It's a 4-2 as it stands to Hyde Storm. Hutty trying the inside run to try and get the better of the rider in red with 1 lap to go. What can Hutty do to catch the rider in red? He needs to watch he doesn't throw it away to the rider in blue. Into turns 3 and 4, and it's a beautiful ride for the Hyde Storm so that is 2-4 to Hyde Storm with a win for Powis. Second is Stephen 101, third being Hutty 83 and Neil R94 at the back. A 2-4 makes the scores 10 to Redcar Dynamite, 8 to Hyde Storm, and that
With
race
a
time
winning time of 35.303. So it's getting quicker.
3:03. They're getting quicker. That track, what do you call it? The track record could get broken here. The rate they're going, 35:03, 3:03. Not a bad time at all for Powers 84 in that heat. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it was a good race that, and crucially as well, Hutty taking the third place just to narrow the gap a little bit. 101 did seem to switch to the outside line and cut back to try and build the speed, but Pow had that all under control.
Yeah, I don't think the outside line was working too well towards the end there for good old Stephen, but he gave it a try, and that's all they can ask for. So going into heat number 4, Skyrider off the inside off gate 1 in green. In blue, gate 2 is Hadlington 83. In yellow, in gate 3 is Ads MFT, and it's Lofty off gate 4 in red. Another fabulous looking lineup. I think all the heats tonight are actually very good looking lineups and very well matched. Don't know what your thoughts
The
are.
visiting pair here will be looking to bounce back after conceding a 5-1 in their first race together.
They will indeed. And we're just awaiting the arrival of, I believe... Oh, I was just about to say the name Hadlington, but again, they take the words right out of my mouth. We're waiting on them, and they just as magic, they appear on the server. You could not write it. Well, I hope everyone's enjoyed the first 3 heats of action. I hope that's just a sign of what things to come for the rest of the match. As we go to tapes for heat number 4. Just a reminder of the lineup: Skyrider in green gate 1, Hadlington blue gate 2, Ads MFT gate 3, and Lofty blue gate red gate 4.
Interesting to see Ads angling his bike towards the outside line off gate 3.
And a pretty even start for the four of them, if I do say. But the Hyde Storm current... Oh, no, actually, sorry. Redcar.
And it swapped around. Dynamite are on a 5-1 after the first lap.
Yep, and the rider in green's making his way to the front. Mr. Skyrider's making his way. What can he do with 2 and a bit laps to go? Look at that from Skyrider. He's holding off the riders in red and blue while the rider in yellow makes his way to try and get up the inside now. Can he do anything about the riders in red and blue? As he goes into turns 3 and 4, what will he do here?
Ooh.
Oh, unlucky for
Ads will be fuming with that.
A win for Skyrider. Second was Lofty. Third Hadlington. Ads MFT at the back. In a time of 38.5. Gonna guess 32. It's hard to read the
38?
time. 38? 32. 532.
35.532.
And with that, 3 each, I believe, makes the score... I'm just checking it as a 3 each. 13 to the Redcar Dynamite, 11 to Hyde Storm. So only 2 points in it after 4 rides as we move on to heat number 5 with Hutty in yellow gate 1, David No Fear blue gate 2, Powis 84 gate 3, and DL Shaw in red of gate 4 in red. Once I get my words out my mouth. So yeah, not a bad looking lineup again. David No Fear will be looking to make it 2 from 2 in this one, and
yeah, it'll be tough going against Paris though. He looked very quick in his first ride.
DL Shaw will be looking to get some points as well. I mean, he got 2+1 in his first race, so he'll be looking for another couple of points in this one. Powis and Hutty. Powis, yeah, between David No Fear and Powis, one of them will be looking to win the heat, or both will be looking to win it, I should say, and Hutty will be looking to do better than a 3rd place after his first one. But the riders are on 2 minutes for heat number 5. So yeah, Wolfie, your thoughts on the first 4 rides?
It's been very entertaining action. It's not been a gate and go meeting or anything like that. There's been a hell of a lot of passing. I think Ads has probably come out a little bit on the wrong end of a couple of moves. It'll be interesting to see if he can get the line working for him in his next race. It'll be interesting to see what Lango's saying to his team after the first 4.
Yeah, well, indeed, he'll be giving the boys as much help and advice as he can do after the first 4. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they get on as they approach heat 5 with Hutty in yellow gate 1, David No Fear, blue gate 2, Powis, green gate 3, and DL Shaw off the outside in the red helmet colour. Here we go with heat number 5. Redcar 13, Hyde 11, and it lights are green, and they're away. Again, not a pretty even start, I would say, for the 4 riders, but it is the riders in red and blue who are out on top at the moment on a 5-1 after. Oh,
DL's in the
gone.
grass.
DL Shaw has gone. It's down to David No Fear versus Powis and Hutty. But David No Fear, after 2 laps, is still in the lead. Powis in second and Hutty third after 2 laps. And Powis is trying the outside switch, but it's allowed Hutty to slip through. Still
The
a 3-3.
Storm Riders seem to be racing each other.
Yeah, they do indeed. And with half into the last turn now, will it be 2 for 2 for David No Fear? Absolutely phenomenal ride from David No Fear to get the better of Powis and Hutty. So it was a 3-3 in heat number 5, making the score 16 to the Redcar Dynamite. Hyde Storm 14. But what a ride from David No Fear. Had no trouble behind him because Hutty and Powis too busy fighting each other for second place. And that was in a time, I'm just waiting at getting put in, of 35.535. And a not bad time at all for David No Fear. What'd you make of that one, Wolfie?
Yeah, it was another good race. DL got a bit unlucky coming out of the 4th bend to end up in the grass. It was very tight, all 4 riders going for that inside line, and somebody was probably going to end up in the grass. David, as expected, probably coming back unbeaten from 2 rides. If he keeps riding like this, he's going to make a mockery of that 6.32 average.
He will indeed, because I'm already on 6 points from 2, and he's showing that even having that year out hasn't affected him at all with those 2 rides. And if I've just jinxed him now, I apologise. But after 2, even beating Powis though, you thought before the race went out that Powis surely would win that one, but no. David No Fear, as he has in his name, had no fear of beating Powis because Hutty made it difficult for Powis to get second place there.
I don't think he made it difficult. They just couldn't decide between. They were both looking for the same line. Once Powell got clear, he did close the gap on David quite quickly. It's just one of those tracks. If you're both going for the same line, sort of, you need one of either you or your partner to shut off and attack. Once Hutty kind of dropped back a little bit, Powell did rein him in quite quickly.
Yeah, he did indeed. And hopefully that Powis and Hutty, if they do get back out again together later on, they'll make up for that and try and actually work together for a change. So heat number 6. In yellow gate 1 we've got Shads, red gate 2 Stephen 101, it's Craig in gate 3, and Neil R94 in blue off gate number 4. Neil R will be looking to get some points on the board after his first ride, and looking at Stephen 101, he'll be looking for at least a race win this time. Craig and Shads will be looking to do better than his last place in heat 1, and Craig will be looking to make it 2 from 2.
Yeah, good looking lineup. This Craig versus 101 should be a really good battle. And let's see if Shads can put the jinx of me putting him as my rider to watch behind him and get on the board as well this time.
Yep. The lights are green. And the riders are away. I think it's a good start for the away side, but watch this rider in red as he's holding that inside run, but the rider in yellow is pushing him after the first lap. After lap 1, it's Stephen 101 in the lead. But watch
Craig comes up the inside.
Yep. Up
and now Shads is coming through as well.
So much action going on. It's hard to watch who's where, but green
and Shads is in the fence.
Shads, and it's a 4-2 as it stands to the home
All
side.
on Craig now.
Craig's now in the lead. Second at the moment, Stephen 101. Neil R94 packing in third. Here comes Craig. Here comes Stephen. Oh!
What a ride from 101.
Stephen 101 the winner. Craig second. And Neil R94 in third. A 4-2 to the home side. And it's 20 points to the to Redcar Dynamite. 16 to Hyde Storm. A nice 4-point lead to Redcar after 6 heats. And that race was done in a time of 35.706. But not a great ride from Stephen 101 to take the win off Craig there towards the end.
Yeah, it was a really good ride. Craig did try to cover that inside, but just left a little bit of a gap. It was sort of similar to the move earlier on in the meeting, actually. It was an all or nothing kind of move. I must apologise to Shads because I seem to have put the jinx on him.
Yep, you have indeed, because it's been 2 rides and 2 last places. I think Shads will be having words with Mr. Wolfie after this stream. So going into heat number 7 in red off gate 1 we have Lofty. In green off gate 2 is Powis 84, Harlington 83 off gate 3, and Hutty 83 off gate number 4. Hads and Lofty will be looking to try and turn a 2-1 into a 3-2 this time, whereas Powis will be looking to get another win on the board, and I think Hutty will be just looking to try and get at least more than a point this ride.
Yeah, I think this once Lofty wins his first race, I think it'll settle his nerves winning the first race around his new home track. Paris again, same as last time, not an easy person to beat, but yeah, Lofty's got it in him. He's off the. Interesting to see that Paris off the favoured gate from the last two though, because the last 2 races have both been won from gate 2.
They have indeed, and it'll be interesting to see how Lofty can beat Powis like David No Fear did in gate number in heat 5, and we reckon Powis was winning that heat, and look what David No Fear did. So don't discount Lofty, because I reckon this will be a good battle at the front and a good battle at the back between the other 2 riders. As we go into heat number 7, we are just about to approach the tapes for heat 7. Just a quick reminder of the lineup: Lofty, red gate 1, Powis 84, green gate 2, Harlington 83, blue gate 3, and Hurry 83, yellow gate 4. The lights are green, and they're away. And it's a good start from the riders in red and green. A good battle going on at the front here. Watch the rider yellow right round the inside. Hutty, well, he needs to watch his outside, because he's going to get past here with the rider in blue, who's right round the outside here. Good battle here between all 4 riders as we approach the 3rd lap, and it's the rider in blue on the inside, the rider in green on the outside, red and yellow now trying to mix in the outside action. As we went into the last lap, it's the rider in green in the lead, blue in 2nd, red in 3rd, yellow at the back. Is it going to end the 3 each again? And it's a great win for Powis. Harlington 2nd, Lofty 3rd, and Hutty at the back. A 3-3, and it makes the scores 23 to Redcar Dynamite, 19 to Hyde Storm, and that race was done in a time, please, of 35.620. So not a bad race again, but Powis managing to get the win on the board that time and not let Hadlington or Lofty get the better of him, Wolfie.
That was another really good race. Hutty was there or thereabouts from the start, and he was there even on the 3rd lap, and then switched the lines a little bit, and Lofty managed to get out 3rd place, but had to put a hell of a lot of pressure on Powis there.
He did indeed, and Hutty just unlucky there. Tried to hold off one rider, the other one got round him, and then just got mashed up in a sandwich there between the 2 home riders. As we approach heat number 8 and the halfway point of the match, it is DL Shaw, red gate 1. Lose my voice now. Craig, green gate 2, David No Fear, blue gate 3, and Shads in yellow off gate 4. So again, not a decent looking lineup. David No Fear looking to go 3 for 3. DL Shaw will be looking to get some points, more points on the board. Craig and Shads will be looking, Shads especially will be looking to get some points on the board, and Craig will be looking to get another win on the board. Will Shads finally break the Wolfie curse that was put on him?
Yeah, I don't think Shads is going to be my friend after this.
I think he'll be coming to chat your door after this meeting. But yeah, been some very good racing throughout the first 7 heats in the match. And after heat 8, I will give you the scores on the doors for each rider going into the second half of the meeting. So Shads will be hoping to put some points on the board so he doesn't get put as 3 losses back to back, as we await the arrival of David No Fear for heat number 8, so we can get them to tapes and away for action. And we're still waiting David No Fear. Here he is, bang on time. David No Fear has arrived.
I think a couple of these riders have been taking tips out of Steph's book of running down the 2 minutes as close as you can and coming in last.
I agree with that because they're not the only team doing it. There's a lot of riders doing it this season, and I don't know if that's effective or not, or if they're just playing games with us out here on the stream. But they are in. We are about to go to tapes for heat number 8. So just a reminder of that lineup: DL Shaw, red gate 1, Craig, green gate 2, David No Fear, blue gate 3, and Shads off the outside in yellow off gate number 4. I don't know that the outside's the best gate to be going off. It has had one heat win from it. Well, sorry, 2 heat wins from it, looking at it, but I don't know if it's the most effective gate from the first, having watched the first 7 heats. But we'll see what Shads makes of it as we go into heat number 8.
Interesting to see David No Fear pointing up towards the outside off gate 3. A lot of riders seem to be doing that, and it was a good gate actually from David then as well.
It was, and the rider in green pushing him all the way. The away riders are now in the lead. It's currently a 5-1. Green in the lead. Oh, watch the rider in blue. He's into second now. Can he get the better of the rider in yellow? As they go,
the names are at the bottom of the screen, Alan. Use them.
I know I should use them. So it's Craig in the lead. Shads in second. DL Shaw in third. David No Fear at the back. It is a 5-1 as it stands, with 2 to go. Watch this from DL Shaw now as he goes for the inside of the rider in yellow. But oh, he's unlucky.
Shads has run wide.
He has. He's allowed them in.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
It's a win for Craig. DL Shaw second. David No Fear has stolen third on the line. And Shad's at the back. It's another 3-3. And it's 26 to Redcar Dynamite. 22 to Hyde Storm after 8 heats. And that was in a time of 35.491. I think this has got to be an unlucky night for Shads.
That was harsh. Then he was in the action the entire way around, just ran a little bit wide coming off 4 and let David up the inside.
He went wide and that just allowed David and DL Shaw through for a 3 each. So after 8 heats, it's Lofty for Redcar. Lofty's on 5+1, 4+2 for Hadlington 83, DL Shaw 4+1, David No Fear 7+1, Stephen 101 5, and Neil R94 on 1. For Hyde Storm, Craig on 8, Shads on 0, Skyrider on 3, Ads MFT's on 1, Powis 84 on 8, and 2+1 for Hutty.
It's a nice even spread of points looking at the 2 teams. I think the obvious difference is the battle of the number 2s with Hadlington with 4 paid 6 and Shads unluckily there failing to score again. That's the only thing separating the 2 teams at the moment. The rest of the points are fairly evenly spread across the board.
They are indeed, and I've obviously having ridden against Shads before, I know he is a better rider than he is shown tonight. I think it's just one of these nights he's been cursed by the wolf, and it's just he's having an off night. I think you'll agree there, Wolfie.
Yeah, Shads is a very capable rider. He's a Grand Prix rider, so you don't get in the Grand Prix by luck or anything. He's earned his spot there, so he's good enough to mix it with the best. So this is just one of those tricky nights.
So as we move on to heat number 9, in red off gate 1 is Stephen 101, green gate 2 is Skyrider, Neil 94 R94 off gate 3, and Ads MFT off the outside in yellow. As we head to tapes for heat number 9, Stephen 101 will want to make it 2 wins out of 2, and Neil will be looking to get more than a point on the board. Whereas looking at the away side, Skyrider and Ads MFT, Skyrider want to make it 2 for 2, and Ads will want to get some more points on the board as well. So it's all to play for in this heat as the lights go green. And
great gate from Ads there.
It was a great gate from Ads. He's currently being led. He is winning the race here at the moment with the rider in green, Skyrider. Watch the rider in red, Stephen 101. What's he going to do using the inside round as they go in for the end of the second lap? Still Stephen 101 in the lead, but watch the rider in yellow, Ads. It's a good fight between 101 and Ads, and of course Skyrider mixing it as well. It's a 3-3 as it stands with a lap to go. And watch this from Ads and Stephen 101. Oh my goodness!
What an end to that race!
Oh, it's another. Oh my goodness!
I think Nichols come through to take a second there.
I can tell you, it was a win For Ads MFT, second was Neil R94, Skyrider in third, and Stephen 101. Wow, he got sandwiched out there and left to go for a kebab in fourth place.
Ad's doing a very good defensive ride there, and it with Skyrider coming up the inside, it forced 101 out a hell of a lot wider than he wanted to.
It did indeed, and with that win, with that 4-2 to the away side, sorry, the 2-4 I should say, it's 28 to Redcar Dynamite, 26 to Hyde Storm, back to within 2 points, and Ad's winning time was 35.965. So a great ride from Ads MFT there. Unlucky for Stephen 101, he was mixing it well to that last ride, but with Skyrider pushing a wide, Neil managed to slip up the inside and nick second from Skyrider to avoid a 5-1 going to the away side.
Badger making a point. There goes 101's keyboard.
Snapping out the window. Heat number 10 is in the yellow helmet off gate 1 is Hutty83. Blue gate 2 is Neil R94 for a second ride on the bounce. It's Shads in green gate 3 and Hadlington83 is off gate number 4. Can Shads finally put the points on the boards on his fourth time of asking? Being partnered with Hutty83, who's on 2+1. He'll be looking to get some more points on the board. And in terms of lot of Neil and Hadlington on 4+2, he'll be wanting to extend that 4+2 on. And Neil R will be looking to get another couple of points here.
If Shad's race is even half as competitively as he did in that last one, where he was a bit unlucky, he'll win this race. And with the scores now tightening up as well, this could be pivotal to the overall result.
Absolutely, and they'll be hoping Shads can come to the party here. They really need They need Shads to be getting the points on the board. They'll be looking to him for a nice, easy win here for Shads. Not that I'm trying to jinx him in any way, shape, or form, but I'll give you the lineup once again. It's Hutty83 in yellow, gate 1. Neil R94 again, out in blue, off gate 2 this time. Shads in green, gate 3. Hadlington83 off the outside of gate number 4. I tell you, this track record still hasn't been broken. One of these nights somebody will break the track record of a track. But going by the times tonight, it's not looking likely. With 6 heats to go, we are awaiting the arrival of Hadlington. He's just jumped in as I said that. Good job, Mr. Hadlington.
And it's easy to see why Dynamite stayed here for race, for action, because this has been some really, really good racing again tonight.
It has, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on the road, because obviously, if this is how they can do at home, I would like to see what they can do away from home either. As we get ready to approach the tapes for heat number 10. All the riders are getting ready for the race. We're just waiting on Hadlington. There we go. We're cooking my gas now. We're on. The green lights are on. Steph, the referee, getting ready to go. And we're off. What a start from the rider in blue. Neil R94. Don't know where he found that from. Second at the moment, Shads. Hutty in third. Watch this from Hadlington. He's up the inside. Shads. Oh, watch Shads on the outside as well. He's going for it now. It is Neil R94 in the lead. Shads in second. And third at the moment is Hadlington. We have lost Hutty for some reason. He's gone. As we go into the final lap, still Neil R in the lead. Shads in second. Third at the moment, Hadlington. Watch Shads as he goes for the inside turn off the back straight. Is he going to get there? Oh! Neil R94 the winner. Shads in second. Hadlington in third. Hutty at the back. A 4-2 to the home side. And it makes the scores 32 to Redcar Dynamite, 28 to Hyde Storm after 10 heats, and that was in a time of 35.821, a little bit quicker than the last heat. Good ride though from Neil.
It looks like Neil's been to James Sargent's school of gating there.
It was indeed. I don't know whether that looked like if that was in real life, he probably would have touched the tapes to go that quick out the gate, or he must have timed that really well because that was pretty quick out the gate there from Neil.
Shads will be relieved to have got some points on the board in that race though, and it was competitive as well there or thereabouts. with his teammate pulling out on the grass in the second lap, he kind of had to decide whether to attack or just stick with the second and not risk throwing it in the grass. But yeah, really, really good ride, and Dynamite and Hads will be really happy with that.
Yeah, they will indeed, and I don't think Neil was expecting to win that one just as easily with Shads being in the race, but to be fair, give him credit. Neil making that sublime start and just holding it for the 4 laps was a great ride from Neil, and Shads mixing it in as well. And a bit unlucky for Hyde there, just hitting the grass, and that was it for Hyde. But anyway, going into heat number 11, it's Powis 84, Yellow Gate 1, Lofty, Red Gate 2. It is David No Fear, Skyrider, Green Gate 3, and David No Fear off the outside in blue. He'll be looking to get another win on the board after his third place in the last time out. He'll be looking to make it 3 out of 4 for David No Fear.
Tanks just lived out a bucket list moment in the meeting chat with a warning to the rider in blue for moving at the start. Move again and he'll be excluded. Quote, I have been waiting to say that in a meeting.
Well, there you go. There you have it. And I do believe that stays with him for the rest of the meeting for the rider in blue. Am I wrong?
No idea. I'm just glad that Tank got to live out a dream.
Neil R94 is on a warning, and if he moves again, will be excluded. So he'll need to watch what he's doing. But it was a good start there from Neil. So as we approach the tapes for Heat 11,
as Hutty would say, living the dream.
As we approach the tapes for Heat 11, the lineup once again is Powis 84, Yellow Gate 1, Lofty, Red Gate 2, Skyrider, Green Gate 3, and David No Fear in blue Gate number 4. Another interesting lineup.
There seems to be a dominant gate coming now as well, with Gate 2 being very dominant in the second part of this meeting.
It is indeed, yep. Gate 2 certainly been very dominant in the second part. Will it remain dominant is the question as the lights go to green and they're away. And it's a very good start from the rider in yellow. Powis 84, he's in the lead at the moment. Second is the rider in green, Skyrider. But watch the rider in red. Lofty going in the inside where he's not quite going to get there. It's going to be Powis 84 as we go into the next lap. Watch, oh, look at that from the rider already. He's trying the outside run, being Lofty. Skyrider still in second at the moment. Lofty third. And David No Fear at the back. What can David No Fear and Lofty do with 1 lap to go? As we turn in, and it's a win for the rider.
What a ride from Skyrider there. What a ride.
Very good ride from Skyrider there to hold off Lofty and David No Fear. A win for Powis. Skyrider second, Lofty third, David No Fear at the back, and that was in a time of 35.472. Very quick
and that
ride.
ties the scores up now.
It does indeed. A 1-5 to the away side ties the scores to 33 for Redcar Dynamite, 33 for Hyde Storm, with 4 rides to go. And we are now approaching the last of our programmed rides before the nominated rides for 13, 14 and 15, with in green off Gate 1 will be Craig D.L. Shaw, Red Gate 2, Ads MFT, Yellow Gate 3, and Stephen 101 off the outside in blue. But that was, I have to say, that last heat was probably one of the heats of the night. Very good ride there from Skyrider to hold off Lofty and David No Fear.
This is a fantastic looking lineup. Look at the riders in this race.
Absolutely, with DL Shaw, Stephen 101, Craig and Ads MFT, 4 very experienced riders. It's going to be a very good match. Very good heat. Heat number 12. Probably going to be one of the most exciting heats of the night. Going to be, I reckon it'll be 2 races in 1 here. Well, Ads and DL Shaw are in the I forget what it's called. They are in the thing ready to race. Server. That's the one I was looking for. Server. We're just awaiting Stephen 101 and Craig to make their entrance, who will be in 3rd place.
Interesting to see no wins off Gate 3 so far.
Yeah, Gate 3 not being the strongest of gates for winning off, but you never know, that might come good in the last few heats. What can ads do off Gate 3 is the $1 million question. As Craig goes off green in Gate 1, DL Shaw red Gate 2, ads, as we've already said, off Gate 3 in yellow. You'll have a lot of work to do off Gate 3, and Stephen 101 off the outside in blue. As we go to tapes for heat number 12. As the lights are now green. And they're away. A pretty even start for the 4 riders. The rider in green, Mr. Craig, is in the lead at the moment. Second is Stephen 101. Oh, I've lost Stephen 101. He's
101's
gone.
in the grass.
He's gone. And it's now...
Here comes Ads.
Ads is in the lead at the moment. Oh, he's not. It's not. It is a fight between DL Shaw and Craig. Ads in third. It's a 3 each as it stands. What can Craig do in second to get the better of DL Shaw with a lap to go? Can Craig get the better of DL Shaw? Will DL Shaw hold it for the home side? It's a win for DL Shaw. Craig second, Ads in third, and here comes Stephen 101 at the back. Lovely ride from DL Shaw there, a 3-3, and it keeps the scores level on 36 points apiece after 12 heats. And that race time was 35.598. 35.598. Your thoughts?
And that sets us up really, really well for the nominated heats. Now this is where the team managers earn their money.
They do indeed. And it's been some great racing tonight as we look to heat 13. We've got Neil R 94 in red gate 1, Hutty 83 green gate 2, Stephen 101 in blue gate 3, and Shads in yellow in gate 4. For heat 14, we've got Skyrider green gate 1, Lofty red gate 2, Ads MFT in yellow gate 3, and Hadlington in blue gate 4. And that leaves... Well, I'm just waiting on the gate positions for heat 15. And whoever the final rider may be for the home side, which I'm just going to see if I can work out who it is. I believe it'll be David No Fear.
Don't take those gates for set in stone yet. I believe in the nominated races you can swap your 2 riders' gates around as long as they're still on the set gates of 1 and 3 for the home side. You could put Neil off 3. I think you can do that in the nominated races.
Okay, well, we will confirm the gates as soon as we get them, but I'll give you the riders' points while we're waiting. So going into the last 3 rides, for the home side, Redcar Dynamite, Lofty 6+1, Hadlington 83 5+2, DL Shaw and David No Fear both on 7+1, Stephen 101 is on 5, Neil R 94 on 6, and for Hyde Storm it's 10 points, for Craig, Shad's on 2 points, Skyrider 6+1, Ads MFT 5+1, Powis 84 on 11, and 2+1 for Hutty.
And I think this will be the perfect time to give our voices a minute's rest whilst the nominated races are being sorted out.
Yep, so if you've got any questions, pop them in and we'll do our best to answer them while we are waiting. If you've got any shout outs, let us know. And we can...
Tank's going to give us some highlights of the view that he usually races on, and we can see the bikes going around looking like ants.
That'll be good. Give us some highlights while we're waiting. So yeah, if you want to shout out, give us a message and we'll see what we can do. Oh, hi, I've just noticed that Wolf was in the chat there. Hello, Wolf. Or Wolf, even. That is... I don't know how you can race on this tank.
My lord, how on earth does he race on this view?
I was just saying that to the chat. How on earth does he see that?
Craig's hit the nail on the head. We've got the Google Earth view.
And I've just been asked to give a shout out. Now you're not going to like this. I have to give a big shout out to Scunny Dan, all the way from Scunthorpe. Wants a shout out here. And if you're ever looking for something to watch on a Friday night, tune in to the old Scunny TV and ask him for a little shout out. I think he might just do it for you.
Tank saying you should see what it looks like around Bradford. Oh my life, I can only imagine what that looks like around Bradford.
Oh my lord. Tank, I have many questions. A, how you ride on this setting, I do not know. Because my
Tank,
eyesight...
why do you do it to yourself?
Have you got like a pair of binoculars on while you're racing, Tank? Because I couldn't see that. I'd love to see what other people's setups for racing
Winchester chiming in there.
Oh, what's Mr. Winchester saying? What was saying, Mr. Winchester? Just gonna pull it up in my phone. What's he saying?
Dan, feel free to give us your thoughts on what's happened. Hear from the old legend, Dan Winchester. What do you think of the action tonight?
Leave Stephen alone. I love the little picture that Skyarder put in the chat.
Alan, shut up!
What? I'm sorry?
Oh, I think he's muted ya. I think he muted because you came
Oh.
on and he could hear you.
Sorry, 1 second, Mr. Winchester. 1 second, please. You came on and we could hear you talk. We could hear us in the background, and I'm going, Dan, will you mute your mic? No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so
but
what
yeah,
are your thoughts on the meeting tonight, Dan?
It's been a great meeting so far. The scoreline is as we expected at the start of the night, being this close. It just goes to show these last three heats are going to be very, very important for the outcome. A lot of people were thinking that Storm were going to run away with this, but the Dynamite have kept it so close, going into the last three. And I mean, I've got to say that first race from Craig was absolutely unbelievable. Literally from third to first in one lap. That's the Craig of old. The Craig I used to know back from when I was racing. But these last few races are going to be so important in the run to the meeting. I mean, we did discuss if it was going to be a home win, away win, but keeping the scores close. I mean, this could be a draw. This could be a draw. But yeah, the riders have been giving us fantastic racing tonight. Credit to all of them. Puts them in good stead for the return and knockout cut fixture next week, which we'll get a preview of on the All Four Back podcast this Friday at 8 o'clock with our special guest of Scotty B.
And who do you think will be the happier captain of the two going into these last three races? Lango with his team fighting back from 4 points down at one point, or Adlington for the first meeting of the season, kind of, right there and thereabouts?
I really don't know. I mean, both of them will. I think both of them will be happy with the result. I think Lango will want to be a bit further in front rather than having to, keep it close. Hadlington, he'll be proud of the boys because obviously it's their first match of the season this year, and they're keeping the informed team in check. Of course, with the scoreline as it is at the moment, it is anybody's right now. One advantage either way could swing it.
Massive thanks for joining us. Can I just request one thing? That you don't let Shads be too brutal about me on the All Four Back podcast for jinxing him tonight.
I will make sure of that, my friend. Thanks for having me.
And I think we're just getting some more highlights here from Tank by the looks of things. Trying to work out what heat this is that we're getting. I think we're getting a highlight of the heat. I'm going to guess it's heat 12, given the fact that the rider in blue... Oh no, it can't be 12. Wolfie, any idea what heat this could be?
I don't even know what day it is at this point, let alone what heat
I
we're on.
think it's heat number 5 with David No Fear's win there. I might be wrong. Oh, that was a good guess. David No Fear's in it. Hottie, Powis. Yeah, that's the one that David No Fear won. Very good ride that was from David No Fear. So I do believe, hopefully Tank will have 2 minutes on for Heat 13 momentarily. Or we're just going to... Okay. I do believe the gates are set in stone. Actually, looks like it for Heat number 15. I just need to refresh mine because I haven't done that yet. So, for 15, in blue gate 1 will be David No Fear. Green gate 2 will be Powis 84. DL Shaw red gate 3 and Craig of yellow gate 4. And for 14 is Skyrider green gate 1, Lofty red gate 2, Ads MFT green yellow gate 3 and Hadlington blue gate 4. And for 13, the race we're just going into is Stephen 101 blue gate 1, Hutty green gate 2, Neil R94 red gate 3 and Shads of yellow in gate number 4. 3 really interesting lineups coming for the last 3 heats. It'll be 3 really good heats to watch. Your thoughts, Mr. Wolf?
I think the gate stats look very interesting, actually. It's interesting, 3 wins apiece from gates 1 and 4, 6 from gate 2, and still nothing from gate 3. So Neil R, Ads, and DL Shaw will have their work cut out in these last 3 races from the gate of doom tonight.
Yeah, 2 of which is sadly going to the home side. I've got gate 3 twice of the 3 heats. Will that cost them? Will they make it work? Who knows? The riders on these gates are all very good riders. They could make them work, but it just depends on how it happens in the heat as we await 2 minutes going on for Heat 13. I do believe they are now on for Heat 13. So just a reminder of that lineup. Neil Stephen 101 blue gate 1, Hutty green gate 2, Neil R94 red gate 3 and Shads in yellow gate 4.
And looking at the gate choice for 15, it would suggest to me that Lango opted for gate choice in Heat 15, which could turn out to be a masterstroke here.
It could indeed. I think that might just be what they needed as the pick of the gates in Heat 15 might just come to work. Will this match end in a draw, or will we have one team win and get the better of the other side? Let's find out as we await the arrival of Stephen 101 for Heat number 13. Remember, Neil R94 on a warning after moving at the tapes and gate in Heat number 10. So should he move in this one, he will be excluded from the race.
And in this one, 101 will be looking to put the disappointment of his last couple of rides behind him. He started the meeting really well with 5 from 2, but failed to score in his last couple of rides. Knowing 101, he'll be furious with that, so he'll want to end his night on a high.
He will indeed, and Shads will be looking to put some more points on the board as well, just scoring 2 from 4. Hutty as well, 2 from 4, he'll be looking to put some points on the board too. As the lights go green, and they're away. And it's a
good gate from 101.
Good gate from 101 again. The second at the moment is Shads with Hutty in third. Oh, look at this from Shads. He's up the inside. Up the outside. Shads going for the outside run. Stephen 101 on the inside. Hutty in third. And Neil R at the back. It's a 3 each as it stands. Can Hutty hold off Neil? And what can Shads do on Stephen 101? As we go into the final lap. And it's Stephen 101 still in the lead. Shad second, Hutty third, and Neil R at the back. As he enter the final turn, it's a win for Stephen 101. Second was Shad's, Hutty was third, and Neil R 94 at the back. That 3 each keeps the scores level at 39 apiece.
A brilliant ride from 101 there to bounce back as well then. He knew what he needed to do and he did it. Neil R off the tricky gate 3. Struggled a bit, but Shads was well on the pace again. Then he'll be wishing the meeting could start from scratch again now, I think.
He'll be wishing to have started from that last heat to now. That's 2 great races from Shads. and that was in a time of 35.453. A very quick time there from Stephen 101. With us going into the penultimate heat of the night, it sees Skyrider in green off gate 1, Lofty red gate 2, Adds MFT in yellow gate 3, and Hadlington off the outside gate 4 in blue.
You'd have to think that the home side will be targeting a heat advantage here, because you look at that Heat 15 pairing of Pewis and Craig for Storm, and that's a very formidable partnership. So you've got to be thinking that 4-2-5-1 for the Dynamite here is probably a must. I think if it's shared, you've got to favour Storm for the last race.
You do indeed. You do have to favour Storm with that Powers Craig partnership, but don't count out David No Fear. He's been good. He has been good for the first couple of heats tonight, and DL Shaw cannot be discounted in heat number 15. But Lofty and Harlington will want to put a 5-1 away to keep their side alive in this match. But I'm sure Ads and Skyrider will be doing everything they can to stop that 5-1 to make it a little bit easier for Powis and Craig to take the win in heat 15. As we approach the tapes, one final reminder of the lineup: Skyrider green gate 1, Lofty red gate 2, Ads MFT yellow gate 3, and Hadlington blue gate 4.
And interestingly as well, this pairing for the Dynamite are the only two riders that have not run a last place tonight.
That is interesting. Will this be the one heat that it does finally one of them runs a last place? And will Hyde manage to make that happen? Or will they continue that form into the last heat and not run a last place? Let's find out as we go to the tapes for heat 14. I hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. It's been fun watching this match. It's been a very close meeting. As the lights go green, the tapes are up and they're away. And it's a pretty good start from the riders in green, red and yellow. But watch the rider in blue as he's trying to push yellow wide. It is currently sitting on a 5-1 to the away side, courtesy of Skyrider and Ads. But don't discount Lofty as they go into the end of lap 2, and it's still a 5-1 as it stands, with Ads in the lead, Skyrider second, Lofty in third. But watch Lofty, he's up the inside, but it's still a 5-1. Skyrider just hanging on with the end of this lap. Watch this from Lofty, he's done it. It's a win for Ads MFT. Lofty second, Skyrider third, Hadlington at the back, 2-4, and it makes the scores 41 to Redcar Dynamite, 43 to the Hyde Storm after 14 rides.
And there's finally a winner from Gate 3. Ad struggled at the start of the meeting, but he's really turned it on when he's needed to in this second half.
He has struggled at the start, but has managed to pull himself back together for Heat 14. Great ride off Gate 3, the only gate winner off Gate number 3. And that was a win in a time of 35.606. 35.606. As we move into Heat number 15. Can Redcar take a heat advantage here, or will Hyde Storm take a 3 each or a heat advantage and win the match? Well, let's look at the lineup with David No Fear off the inside in blue off gate 1. In gate 2 in green is the man himself, Powis. Gate 3 in red will be DL Shaw and Craig in yellow. Gate number 4. What a tough two opponents for the home side to face in heat 15. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a really tough pairing for the Dynamite to face here. But David started the meeting well. If he can find that form again from the first couple of races, then he's more than a match for either of these two. But I think for me, I've got to favour the visitors for this last race.
Yeah, I wouldn't discount David, but I think it's going to be tough against the old Powis and Craig. With DL Shaw going to have his work cut out as well against him. I think it'll be a tough one for the pairing, but we'll see how they get on. As we go into 15, one final reminder of the lineup: David No Fear blue gate 1, Powis green gate 2, DL Shaw red gate 3, and Craig off the outside in gate number 4 in yellow. As the riders are in the server, we're about to go to tapes for heat 15. The referee with his finger on the button. as the riders are all selecting the bikes. The lights are green. They're off and the tapes are up, and it's a good start for the rider in. I would say it's actually been an evenly start. It's the rider in blue out in the lead. That's David No Fear. Second at the moment is Powis 84. Third is DL Shaw. Craig at the back. Look at Craig go though. He's all over DL Shaw. Watch this still from Powis. He's trying to help get Craig through for a 3-3. It's still a 4-2 as it stands. Oh, watch that from Powis. But David No Fear back up the inside. It's a 3-3 as it stands. But what can DL Shaw do on this last lap? It's sitting as a 5-1. Who's going to get there? It's going to be close.
What a race to finish on.
A win for David No Fear. Second was Powis. Third is Craig. DL Shaw at the back of 3 each. And it makes the final score 44 to Redcar Dynamite. 46 to Hyde Storm. A 2-point win for the Storm. Away from home. What a ride though in Heat 15. I think that's my heat of the night.
Yeah, that was a fantastic race. All 4 of them were in it at one point. Brilliant team riding there by Pow to try and slow the race down after David got ahead. And a brilliant overtake from Craig to get DL.
But to be fair, DL Shaw did give it 110%. He wasn't out the fight. He was up there, then he was back behind them, then he was back round them again. That race had had more passing on it than, I don't know, it just had a lot of passing. That heat has a lot, probably the most passing in a race all night. And that race was done in a time of 35.950. So one of the slower heats of the night. But do you know what? That was a fantastic Heat 15 and a fantastic match all night. So who?
And although Dynamite lost that meeting, you know, the action was fantastic, and for their first meeting of the season, they can take a lot of positives away from that tonight.
They can indeed. Only losing by 2 though is really, really well done there for Redcar, and a great result for Hyde Storm. So we'll just give you the rider scores now, as I'm starting to lose my voice. Lofty finished on 8+1. Harlington finished on 5+2. DL Shaw finished on 7+1. It was 10+1 for David No Fear, 8 for Stephen 101, and Neil R94 finished on 6. And for the victorious Hyde Storm, it was Craig on 11+1, Shads on 4, Skyrider 7+1, Ads MFT 8+1, Powis 94, I'm looking at the wrong person, was on 13, and Hutty 83 on 3+2. Wolfie, your man of the matches for both sides.
I think for the home side, David No Fear, he was fantastic tonight. Went about his business, started well, ended well. A little bit of a dip in the middle, but I think for a 6.3 average to score paid 11 and to win a race that, you know, had the lineup in it like he did in Heat 15, I think shows that he's meaning business for this season. For Storm, I'd probably have to say Pow. You look at his score, it speaks for itself. But there's also got to be a special mention for Ads, who bounced back really well after a tough start, and that, especially that win off Gate 3 in Heat 14 as well, proved to be pivotal.
It did prove to be pivotal indeed, and I'm going to agree on Stephen 101 for Redcar. What a phenomenal night he's had. Sorry, not Stephen 101, David No Fear, I should say. Wrong rider, David No Fear for Redcar. But for Hyde, I'm actually going to go for... I'm going to go... I'm going to agree with you on Powis because he was phenomenal tonight. Phenomenal rider tonight. 13 points out of 15. That just shows what a leader in that team he really is for Hyde. And thank you, Tank, for putting the table up. So after tonight's match, that leaves Hackney on the bottom in 7th on no points. Edinburgh after one match on no points in 6th. Redcar Dynamite after the first match set 5th on no points. Berwick Piemen are 4th with 3 points. The Somerset Warriors in 3rd on 4 points. Birmingham Scorchers 2nd after riding 2 matches on 4 points. And Hyde Storm, 2 wins out of 2 for Hyde on 6 points. So it'll be interesting to see how this table looks after the other 4 teams get their second match done. How will it change? Who's going to be sitting where? It'll be all interesting to see.
Carl Hadlington's asked if we can do an interview. Do you reckon we can chuck a couple of minutes interview out with Hads just to get his thoughts on the meeting?
Sure. Yeah, Hads, if you're here, be interesting to get your thoughts on how the meeting went. If you are here.
I'll just reply to him.
Carl Hadlington to the commentary box. Carl Hadlington to the commentary box. Come to the BSN booth, sir. Come to the BSN booth.
Carl's here.
Dan Palmer's favourite commentator, Haley's in the box.
Carl, if you want to unmute your mic, we'll get your immediate reaction to that meeting and the result.
Doesn't want to talk.
No.
Hey, he's here. How we doing, Hadlington? Bit of a good result, I would say, for the Dynamite having been their first match of the season, and a good score for you on a good 5+2.
Still disappointing, mate. To be fair, last two rides totally duff for myself. Happens, I guess. It's tough to take when we're only behind after heat 40 and the first time they were ahead as well. But I don't think we did enough to be too far ahead anyway. So back to the drawing board, I think.
And you look at David's score tonight. Was he was he pivotal for that? Was you expecting that kind of a score from David? And obviously for yourself and Lofty as well, up until your final ride together, you were both the only two riders not to have got a last place. Like, there is positives to take from tonight's meeting.
Yeah, I mean, David is, when we had him last time, is such a good middle order rider. I mean, he can chip in with them points. I mean, 3 race wins. I don't think he'd be expecting that himself, to be honest, tonight with his first meeting back. But 10-1 is cracking score from him. Just, I don't know, it's just a bit disappointing at the end. But that last race, I mean, I was watching in between races, my own races. Like DL said in chat, if that was anybody else but Craig, they were on the grass there. And yeah.
And will you watch this meeting back? Will you watch the stream, evaluate your rides, evaluate the team rides, and kind of give pointers to the rest of the boys for the next home meeting?
Yeah, obviously we do it all again next week against the Storm again, exactly the same time, exactly the same day. So yeah, the first thing that was mentioned just in chat was team riding. But it is tough with that many lines to team ride on here. But I think we could have gave a good account of ourselves tonight, so can't be too disappointed. But obviously going behind right at the end is a bit. Take nothing from that is a bit gutting, to be honest.
But is it nice to just get your first meeting out of the way? Obviously, you sat last week out, so you came in as a little bit of an unknown this week. Is it nice to, prove that you are a team that's up there and will be challenging at the end of the season?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we had the longest wait out of anybody, but we got a busy spell now with the GPSCS on Sunday, trying to fit some practice in for that, and we strike back to practicing Redcar for next week. It's like we've been waiting forever for the meeting, and we have 3 in the space of a week. So yeah, it'd be good to hit the ground running and try and get the boys activated again for next week.
Do you think there'll be
Alan, anything else?
Do you think there'll be any reshuffle in the team? Bring in, was it Lango? I think it was missing tonight. Do you think he'll need to make a reshuffle, or?
No, Lango's a Storm rider.
Oops, wrong person, wrong rider.
Wrong team.
I'm trying to think whoever it was that was missing. I'm not sure.
Super Dip was missing tonight. He's on holiday, so the team did actually pick itself for tonight. We'll be looking next week just to see what we can do. Maybe it's hard to be moving pairings around as well this early in the season. I think the second lowest rider at number 2, it does restrict you a little bit. So I mean, you can only really move your 3, 4, and 5. So, but David's done a great job in that middle order. So just unlucky, I think, with DL going in the grass in that one as well, 101 as well in the one race. So another day we could come out winners.
Absolutely. And you'll be hoping to do that probably in the Knockout Cup next week. But I know you'll be thankful that Wolfie managed to jinx good old Shads for the first 3 rounds, getting no points. That probably helped you out even more.
Yeah, cheers, Wolfie.
Send the check in the post.
I'll just one when was it Heat 10 when Chad's beat me, I think. The one that the race that Neil won. I just had a
Yeah,
shock.
Heat 10, yeah.
I did see Hutty go in the grass. I don't know why. I just totally went off the racing line and aimed for Shad for some reason to try and knock him off. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just totally. It happens, but still we did get the result in that one, so could have been that extra point could have been a difference, but it could have been so many other races as well. I mean, what we said before, this track provides so many good races, and that was definitely evident tonight, I think, from both teams.
It was
Well,
indeed.
lucky tonight, Had. Thanks for joining us straight after the meeting as well to give the immediate reaction. Best of luck for the rest of the season, and I know I'm personally looking forward to coming to race there when Scorchers are there.
Don't get practicing too much, will you?
Cheers, man.
You might want to tell that to Tank for us then, because I'm looking forward to coming to Redcar.
Okay. No worries, lad. Cheers. Thank you.
No
Cheers,
worries.
Carl.
So I think we're just getting some highlights now on the screen. I don't know if there's actually, just out of curiosity, if there's any Storm Riders kicking about that want to jump in. Be interesting to hear their thoughts from their side of the camp after the match. Not sure if anyone's kicking about from Storm. Let us know. Yeah, that was Neil. I think that was Neil 94's Heat winning ride there that Hadlington was on about. That was a great ride from Neil. Just a shame he was a little bit eager at the start and jumped it. But if he hadn't jumped it, I think that would have been even better for him to get the win on a non-jumping of the tapes ride here. I think we're now looking at Heat. I'm having to guess which Heat this is. It's a David No Fear, I can tell you that much. I'm trying to work out what one this is. I think it looks like I'm trying to work it out. Yeah, Skyrider and Powys.
Right out. I'm going to have to love you and leave you, Mush. Thanks for doing this tonight. Brilliant meeting to get streamed out, and look forward to working with you again soon.
Yep, no worries. Take it easy, Wolfie. Well, I do believe that is the end of tonight's stream. I think we do have a match. There is another match on tomorrow night, I do believe. Tank. I think it's is it Pieman and the Cowboys? I think I've seen that up there earlier, but I could be wrong on that. But we do have another stream on Sunday night for the GP Round 1, which I'll be joined in the box by, I believe, Skyrider, which will be an interesting commentary in the box from someone different again. But yeah, that's everything from me tonight. Good. Thanks again to Tank for sharing his screen. Well done again to the Storm team on another win on the board for them. An unlucky Redcar, only losing by 2 points. But they'll be looking to bounce back, I know, when they face them again. Same time, same place next week for the Knockout Cup. So yeah, join us on Sunday for the GP, and join the guys on Friday night at 8 o'clock for the podcast, the All Four Back podcast. Until then, it's goodbye from me.